Hello, folks, and welcome back to Mindustry. Last time we went through and we had a lot of fun. We captured an enemy base and we got to do a whole bunch of stuff with that. That base was right there. It is no longer existing because we used some, I think it was tier 4 units, and just wiped them out. It was a giggle-inducing kind of experience. I really enjoyed that. So we have a couple other options here. We have 4 eradication bases all set up next to each other. We also have this little extreme enemy base here, which I think is what I want to try going after tier today. We could also just go and try to look at some of these guys, but I'm not super into that right now. I want to try this. I don't know if we'll be successful or not, but we'll find out. So let's go ahead and launch in there. We're going to make sure we max everything out. Ooh, we don't have enough copper, so we need to just hang out for a second while we do that. And we'll figure that one out. But maybe we'll do one of these just for funsies. Let's see. We'll go with that one, I think. And we'll go with a little bit lesser stuff just because we can. Oh, we don't have enough silicon either? Jeez. All right, we're just going to go with the absolute basic one here. We'll launch, and then hopefully we'll have everybody send stuff over to us to help us out here. But no big deal. So we got this. Let's go ahead and pause immediately. There is tons of resources. There's water, oil, thorium. What do we... Oh, wow, look at all this oil real close to us, right next to thorium. Awesome. There are some remnants of some old stuff here, which is interesting. We haven't seen that in a little while, and I'm assuming they're coming from up here. At least I hope that's what's happening. I guess we'll have to go and explore. But look at all this oil. Oh my goodness. There's so much of it. So much oil. Lots of thorium, but our main resources are kind of lacking. I'm not seeing a lot of copper. There's stuff around. There's some lead and stuff, but I mean, there's not a lot of any of that stuff really set up here. So that's going to be a little interesting, a little challenging. And we have this area here, which these are all derelict steam generators. What are they doing there? So these are water extractors going over there. Okay. Where's the coal coming from? I don't know. And then we have this guy here. So I'm going to... Do I unpause and just kind of try to figure out where the bad guys are coming from, or do we start building right away? Let's go figure out where they're coming from. All right, so I'm assuming it's going to be... I hope it's not up there. I'm assuming it's all the way out here. That'd be my hope. Yeah, there they are. Okay, so we have that one. I need to make sure there's not 2, because sometimes they do that. And it'd be a real bummer to plan on defending 1 and 2 show up. Okay, so it looks like just the 1. So we'll head on back down to our base. And let's figure out what we want to do here. So we don't have anything set up to be able to do the funner stuff right now. We can't do some of the bigger things because we don't have any silicon, which is going to be a little bit of a problem for us. So before we do anything with the core, let's go out. Do we even have anything? Even power generation wise, we need silicon for all of that. Okay, so we're just going to go out here and we're going to set up. We have lead, and we have a little bit of copper, and we have thorium, but we can't do anything with that thorium. But we can at least set up a line here. So what do we want to do? We're going to mine out some of this lead here. We'll do that. And then we're just going to place some of our friends, the scatters, to at least give us a base of fire here. All right, so look like that. And then we can router it up. Boop, 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 boop. All right, and then we're going to go in here. And I just want to try to keep this. Let's see, where's the edge? Okay, so we can get up pretty close. All right, and then we're just going to use some salvos, I think, while we have the resources to do so. And I guess this is one of the dangers of not launching with all of the things that you need, but I just kind of want to get going here, so I guess patience is a good thing, but I don't have any of it right now, so I'm just gonna go and see what we can do. Let's try not to build all of these. Let's just get these initial pieces set up here, and then we can go back and build the rest of what we want. And that's going to use up most of the rest of our stuff here. So we're going to have to go over to our maps and find our depots. And we're going to have to have these launch out to where we're under attack, which is sector 128. So we'll have stuff firing off. Beautiful. Let's find our other depots. You can see we're already going to survive some of these rounds, which is kind of awesome. These guys are also going to be launching to 128. And that has some copper for us, thank goodness. Along with lots of other resources. Alright, and then the last depot is 85. And you guys are also going to launch out to 128. And there we go. Okay, let's jump back over here. Get this place built up. And you can see we have silicon all of a sudden, which is awesome. Because with silicon, we can set up a little power production area here and really get rolling. We have a little time here as well before the bad guys really start rolling at us. So I'm going to do something dumb like that. And then we're going to put an RTG generator because you know what I like. And we'll just put the little router on there. And now we're producing that stuff, which should be in good shape. We just need to... This will speed up massively once we actually have enough power for it. There we go. And that's all she wrote. We should be good there. I'm going to get rid of these because we don't need them at this point. And we'll feed that up and around there. What kind of walls do we want to put up? Let's just put titanium walls for now. And we have about 14 seconds before the next round of bad guys hits. Or I should say the first round of bad guys. Let's just see what kind of air power they're going to throw at us. We have all of this at least under cover, which is nice. It's not a lot of scatters, but it's enough. And the first initial round here is kind of laughable. All right, let's go back here. There we go. That's all we needed to do. And we're going to build this up, and then we're going to... Obviously, we're going to have to go back and do stuff. But this looks like this place has the potential to be another factory-esque area for us to do stuff. And maybe we can experiment with some more leveled units here and how we approach stuff. But we'll figure that out as we have more time. We just need to get our round of defenses set up here. And we are cooking with power, so that's wonderful. Let's see, we want a vault, maybe? And then we can just put an unloader there. I love that we're already storing up tons of power for no real reason. Other than the fact that we can. And this water extractor is totally unnecessary because there's water right there. But whatever. Okay. That should be good for a little bit. let's go back here and actually set up some useful things for ourselves here. So we have thorium, so we're going to set up another power generation area over here. So 1 and 2. And they can pump there and there. There we go. All right. These are going to feed over here. I guess we'll bring it into the core. I had it set up right. Just didn't trust myself. All right. And then I'm going to build an RTG generator. Or 2, depending on what we need here. Actually, we just need 1 to get started with. I don't know what I'm doing. We'll get our nodes set up. And then we'll get some battery power. And then we'll also get some solar power to just energize this initial area. And all we really need is enough power to generate 1 of those. So it looks like they're coming out. There we go. And we're up and running. Cool. We're producing enough power. We don't have a ton of power going on with that, but we don't really need it either. We could upgrade our core. We don't have enough for that, but let's upgrade. What's this one look like? Ooh, it's much bigger. All right, we're going to set up air factory here. I'm going to go to additive reconstructor. Boop. And then we'll get our unloaders set for those 2. And we'll need to supply power to all of that as well. All right, that's set. So we're going to be making some monos. That's all well and good. Let's go take a look and see how we're doing up here. They're not even getting out in anywhere space to do anything to us, which is awesome. We'll fill up the rest of those openings with salvos. Because why not? And this one might be a little bit of a slow burn to get really rolling here, but that's okay. I'm cool with that. I just want to see what it all kind of shakes out to be. So we have power. We've stored up all the power there is to store right now, which is awesome. And we could easily throw like meltdowns and all kinds of wild stuff in there if we needed to. And our first helper's coming to help. Come on, helper. Help me. All right, that looks good. Let's get rid of all this stuff. We don't need it. I'm assuming they use this coal over here for all of that. I'm intrigued by the oil. The amount of oil in this one is different than a lot of the other ones. So that's the thing that I'm most interested about for this one, is that we have a significant source of oil. All right, we're going to spend some time setting up some stuff to get our base resources to us. So we need to set up some copper areas here. So we'll get those in place, like so. Did they destroy something of ours? I bet you they blew up. Yep, they blew up walls. That's fine. Okay. So what we are going to do while we have the chance here, before we get under heavier attack, is we'll set up some menders. So that one almost covers everything. We just need a smaller one out there. All right, that's going to require power for everything. And then we can get some force projectors as well. Although I don't think it's super necessary for us to do that, but whatever. And I may throw another salvo up here just because. All right, that line looks pretty formidable for our sake right now, and I'm happy with that. So let's go on back and continue to build out the things we need to build out here. So we're going to do something like this, I think is my plan right now. And then we should be able to feed a phase conveyor here. So if I put that right there. Let me put it right there. Actually, let me put it right here. Where do we want to bring it out this way? Let's see. Yeah, I think we'll bring it out this way and then come down right into the core maybe. I don't really know. All right, we'll do something like this. Well, I don't want to mess up the lead there either. Okay. We're going to do this. There we go. Okay. And then if I am remembering what all of you fine folks have told me so far, and again, please correct me if I'm wrong because I'm still figuring out these phase conveyors. We can feed all three of those in there. And they should just work, right? Did I do that right? I just don't know. All right. So we're going to go in here and get power established for everything. There we go. All right. We should saturate this thing pretty quickly. All right, that's kind of awesome. And then they'll unload properly right over here, right? Like I don't have to do anything else. So let's just take a look here. I mean, they're going to get burned right now because we need to upgrade our core. So we'll take a moment to upgrade the core. Now, why won't they unload? All right, I'm just going to see. Okay, so if I just put them like that, will they unload? Okay. Whatever. I don't pretend to understand it. Alright, I want to get a similar setup with our iron. So we'll get an air blast drill there, another one there. I think we might actually be able to get two here. Alright, and then water, water, water. All right. And there we go. Okay. And I'm hoping this works the way I think it should. Don't really know. To me, it looks like there's still a lot of space on this belt. Can I merge these two together to be one belt? Also, I don't need you guys anymore. Sorry. No. I don't know if that works or not. We'll find out, I guess. All right, let's make sure they're all connected here. So you're going that way. You're going that way. Power for all. Which means we need more power because we're running quite low. Luckily, it's not a big deal. There we go. We're back on the plus side. Oh, look, they're merging together right there. Okay. Cool. So we can do that. Don't need to have... So I'm using 6 titanium belts. And I don't know if I'm fully saturating... Well, I am fully saturating this. The 6 titanium belts I don't think are fully saturated, but that's okay. That's wild. Look at that. I guess we could just have that dead end right into there and do the same thing, but that's okay. They're not fully saturated, but they're pretty close to being full. Like these guys are, and these guys will be. Maybe not fully, but it's cool enough. All right, I'm happy with that. This gives us a big production area if we need to do something over there, which I don't know what we would do with that spot. There's a little bit of coal, but nothing to write home about. There's a lot of coal up here that we can do stuff with. It looks like we need more power up in this area. So we'll make sure that we provide said power. There we go. We're still down on power? That's wild. Apparently force projectors use up way more power than I had assumed they did. Alright, now we're back on the plus side. Let's add on some more batteries. Something like that. Cool. Yeah, we're way on the plus side now. We have all this oil that we can do stuff with. Again, I want to kind of get through the sector first before we start going bananas with things. What do we need? We need more silicon. Okay, we can do that. What else do we need? Just a little bit more silicon. We need more lead, but we're getting there. All right, so we need to set up a factory for our silicon production. That's what our next step, I think, is going to be. All right, so we're going to take advantage of all of the coal that we have up in this northern area. Just trying to avoid putting stuff like right on the veins of coal so we can take advantage of them fully. And what I want to do here, if I can, is merge these two spots. right, now our total power is getting up a little higher, and our storage capacity definitely increased as well here. So that's all there. We have this one here. Yep, they're all connected. Beautiful. All right, so I can get some air blast drills set up there and there. We'll get boop ba doop. You're gonna go there. You're gonna go there. Beautiful. And I guess we could just use a plastium conveyor for right now to take these wherever we want them to go, which I'm not sure where that is quite yet. Let's see, we have this big area right here, or even right here. I think that's where we're going to build. But I do want to make sure that we have another... I'm trying to really just maximize production of this stuff right now. Just make sure that we have everything fully, completely, totally ready to rock and roll. Okay, so that can go... Now, if I were to put... Does that feed into that or no? Does it have to be a plastium that connects to it? All right, it's going to look like that, and then we should be able to fully saturate that. Let's see, if we want to do maximum production here, we definitely are going to need to use the silicon crucible. In order to do that, we need to make pyrite, which I have not proven to be the best at making in the past. So I want to try to find a way to make these better and easier and all of that. So we need coal, lead, and sand. We have plenty of sand. There's some lead up here, not a lot. There's more over here. And more over here. Okay, so we have all the stuff we need. Let's go ahead. Again, I'm overkilling this on purpose. I just want to see if we can make more efficient techniques for some of this stuff. So I'm going to go in, and that's going to come down this way. And that's just going to get joined on there, like so. No, that's getting destroyed just because it's in the realm. Okay, it's not that they're getting close. It's just that it's right on the edge there. Okay, I got it. All right. Now I know this is not going to be a fully self-contained small area here for all of this, but let's see here. Okay, so we need sand as well, and we're going to put water extractors for them all. Okay, and then we'll do that, and we'll figure out exactly what we're doing with all this in a moment here, I hope. All right, so we have that. So we should be able to saturate those belts. We have another one we could put on here if we needed to fully saturate that. And then we just need to figure out, okay, we have tons of resources now. We'll probably dump some of this into vaults. Maybe? Does that make sense? I don't know if that makes sense or not, but let's try it. Okay. So this one is going to go there. This one's going to go there. Okay. And that means I should be able to bring this coal over here as well. Now what I have is 3 sides where I could put a different unloader for each one, if I'm thinking about this properly. It's interesting that those are going first. It's weird. You'd think that because it's the T, these guys would go first, but no. That's very interesting. Okay. All right, so now let's pause it. And we need to take a look and see what's going on. Pyrite is going to happen somewhere over here. So we're going to get our unloaders. We need 3 unloaders. 1, 2, and 3. And 1 is going to be for coal. 1 is going to be for sand. And 1 is going to be for lead. And then we'll get our factory for our pyrite mixer. Do I have a schematic for this? Probably not. Nope. Okay. So we're going to do this. And let's see if we can... Oh, can I do that? What does that look like? That's interesting. Okay, that only gives us one, but does that do enough? Okay, I have an idea. So let's go over here. We have set up the same level of unloaders. We'll do another pyrite mixer. So again, coal, sand, and lead. I'll have that one go up. And it's just going to merge with that one. Okay, that's fine. Now, what I'm thinking we can do is put another 3 here. And instead of having that all do that, we can have that be... Am I thinking right? Actually, I don't even know if we need lead. Do we need lead? Silicon crucible? No, we just need sand and coal. Okay. So then I should be able to just have unloaders feed straight out there, I think. All right, maybe I have to have these guys go that way first and then go into a vault. Is that correct? I guess I don't need that. Okay. Oh, you know what I can do though? Okay, let me back this up. These guys, instead of doing that, are going to come around this way. And they'll feed in there. Okay, does that make sense? And then I can set up chains of these things. This is excessive. I know that right out of the gate, but I just want to see what happens here. So this unloader is going to be for pyrite. Then we can get it to flow through the entire thing. How does that look? And then this whole thing can get rotated, rotate it, rotate it, rotate it. And then we should be able, if we're doing this right, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And I'm hoping what I can do here, let's see, it's the easiest way to get back to the core. So run down here, over. All right, we might need to bump this one off a little bit just to, so if I did this feeding right into there, as opposed to what it's doing now, okay, that looks good. Is anything I'm doing making sense? We don't know. That part's not making sense. Okay, so there we go. Okay. Now I should have an extra line here that's freed up eventually. All right, so that's flown through. We got that one. So these guys are doing their thing. All right, that's cool. That means I should be able to take this line from there and just merge it like that. Okay. And then as long as I don't move my mouse. We can do something like that. All right. And then these ones just don't have power. So I'll provide them a little more power. And look at that. Why are you not producing? You don't have pyrite. Okay. So our backlog right now is pyrite, which we should be able to solve relatively easily, I think. So I'm going to reconfigure this area here. And then we should be able to copy all of this, right? And just make pyrite for days. All right, now we're producing a lot more pyrite. Hopefully we're moving stuff along a little more quickly. Stuff is flowing in. It's not coming out as fast as I had hoped. I was hoping we'd fill these belts. But the thing is, we can take this idea and rotate it very easily and make more. Like we can have another line pop down here. You can see there, we're not filling all these things up fully, so that's good and bad, I guess. This guy is just, things are flying through here, but you see like there's no lead coming into this one, so it's not active right now. So that's fine. We're doing the job we need to, I think, for right now. The end of the line is going to get filled up eventually. So eventually these will all fill up and it'll filter back. It's just going to take a little time, I think, but that's wild. How are we doing power-wise? We're barely making it. So let's go back down here and work on a little bit of power production for a bit. Just while we have a chance to explore some things here. Where's my crew at? Why are they not helping me? So I'd love to hear your thoughts on what my thinking is right now. I don't know if I'm doing a great job, a terrible job, an anything job, really. I just want to see what I can do here. And then we can also upgrade to the next core, correct? We have core foundation, which is a little one. Core nucleus. Yeah, that's the bigger guy. Let's throw that on there. There we go. Then our numbers on all that stuff should be going up pretty nicely here. There must be some major damage going on up there. Up here they come. There must have been something wild happening up there that they took that long to reach me. Alright, so we're good on that front. Let's go take a look and see how our defenses up here are faring. everything looks okay. Do we just want to grab some specters and just have some fun with them? All right, so we'll do that. Yeah, you can see they're strong, definitely stronger, but it's nothing crazy. Impacts. Of course it's under attack again. It's going to survive, but man, they're very consistent about wanting to attack my stuff. All right, so these guys are ready to roll now. We're going to give them some water. And that's all ready to go. The efficiency is 100%. I don't know how to change that. So let's take a look here. These are full. This one's starting to get full. Good. This guy, sand is our problem right now. Okay. You can see we're flying through sand usage. Because in the Pyrite factory, where are you at, Pyrite? We use 2 sand, which is more than, well, it's the same as lead. But then when we go over into the silicon crucible, it uses 6 sand. So sand's getting used and abused compared to our other resources. But if we take a look here, like, this is why we have problems, is there's not enough pyrite coming through. But we are slowly racking up numbers around here. This is the only concerning thing I see right now. And what I think I'm going to do is bring more sand to dump into there. So we can get some air blast drills here. We can just throw this straight up there and into that. No. So bad at this. All right, let's see if... Okay, I don't want it to go there. There we go. Okay. And then some water just for funsies. All right, that should, in this one, help out the sand numbers. You can see they're slowly going up, which is what we need. This belt's full. This one's almost getting there. You can see the coal is backing up here, which is good. All right, I'm really happy with that. I think that's super cool. So is that, for those of you who've played the game before, is this a way to do things, or am I being horribly inefficient? I mean, I know I'm taking up a lot of space to do this, but I don't feel bad about it. I kind of like it. So I don't know if I'm being too much or not enough, or what's going on with all this. So that's, I guess it's a conversation for another time here, but I'm digging what we have going on there. And what I could also do is I could take some of this out, because we have coal for days right now, and we can set up graphite presses and throw that on there too. So I could have all of these just go like that. It seems to be okay since we're not maxing these out yet. Although this one's full, this one's getting full. We're just waiting on Pyrite to start building up on this one, but numbers are going up. That's a beautiful thing. Okay, so if I put a junction on this, and then did that, and then I would put okay, I need to think about this. So I want the Pyrite to go on there and the coal to filter back out. All right, so we would do, I guess it doesn't really matter too much right now, but if I did a inverted sorter, and the only thing that was allowed to go through was Pyrite. Okay, that's cool. No, the inverted sorter, I want it as coal. My bad. Okay, so now coal is flowing out of that. All right, then we have that. Then I can use a phase conveyor to go where? No, I don't want to do a phase conveyor. My bad. Okay, let's go. We want to go over to where the water's at. Okay, so instead of bringing this up like that, I should think about what I'm doing. And we're going to come down, we're going to come over this way. No! No! I forgot about the unloaders on the corner. Okay. So we'll go over here like that. All right. And then what I can do is I can also set up some multi-presses, which is coal and water, correct? Yes. Okay. So we need 6 things of water a second. Let's see. Do I want to just store them into a vault for right now? Let's just put all that into a vault for right now. No, not that vault. I need them to line up or else I'm going to go crazy. So it's going to go there. And then we can set up multi-press. Okay. So all the multi-press is going to have water feeding in from the back. Just trying to figure out how I want to do this. So 1, 2, and 3. And then we can add water pumps to all of them. And then their outputs are going to go here. They'll go down and get put on there, I think. I might have to change that to a phase. We'll see. And then we'll do unloaders 1, 2, 3. And they're all going to be for coal. So that one can go there. That one's going to go there. That one's going to go there. Okay, so that's going to have to be a phase conveyor instead. Not a big deal. There we go. Digging that. Okay. And I guess we're going to have to add some more capacity for the coal because it's not maxing out that belt right now. So we can do that really easily. And then we just need a little power for it. There we go. And that should help take up any slack that we had there. Because you can see that we are not unloading stuff fully. I'm digging this whole aspect. And I'm also digging that we haven't had to worry about this at all. It just kind of, we're just doing stuff and it's fine. All right. So happy with all this progress so far. The only thing that we are lacking a little bit here is coal. Luckily, so far, it hasn't really influenced far down the line, but it may down the road here. And probably 2 of these was enough to be what it is. But you can see that we have stuff flying down here, which is awesome. And we have lots of resources just getting dumped into our core right now. So we're going to grab some more vaults. And let's see how we can maximize what we're doing here. So I'm going to start off here on the corners. 1, 2, 3. Get rid of that because we don't need it right now. I just love all this stuff flowing down there. It's awesome. Also love that now we can have some increased capacity too. And that's like a maxed out core, correct? Like that's the most you can do with the design of them? Oh wow, our numbers are already shooting up, which is awesome. Yeah, sorry for being a little quiet here. I'm just trying to wrap my head around this and see what all we can do with it. But I'm pretty happy with where we're at so far. And what's going on with our stuff. It looks beautiful. All right. I'm really happy that we have different items on these belts as well. That makes me really happy because it's something I've struggled with and I haven't fully understood since I've been playing this game. So I'm glad that there's a little bit more answers to the questions I had for that stuff. All right. So we're going to make sure that these guys all feed and then they can go in there as well. Just need to get some power to them. And hopefully we can max that belt out just a little bit more. We don't need to do a lot with it, but a little bit would help. And what is our stuff looking like here? It's so fun. But what's more fun right now is this just working and doing what I wanted to do. It's incredible. Like I'm just so happy right now because this is not done. I've not been able to figure out this process, a good way to set up mass production. Part of that is just because we haven't had a real chance to because we've had to fend off bad guys and do stuff. But this one, we don't have to do that. We can really set up true factory area. And it looks like, at least to my eye, we've done just that. There's a lot of equipment here that we have flowing all down. Like this area is just fascinating. Look at all this stuff. Just boop, 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 boop. And we're loading in tons of this stuff. If we take a look here, all of our stuff, for the most part, is maxed out. So this is going to become a depot for us, most definitely. The main thing I want to make sure we get is some surge, because to do all the fun stuff, like the specters, they need surge, and we need to have that for our foreshadows. They require surge as their weapons, like they have to be there. So that's kind of maybe going to be our next setup here. We need copper, lead, titanium, and silicon to do that. That's a lot of stuff to make surge. Luckily, we have lots of space in this one to do things. And we have lots of resources here that are relatively local to what we have. So we have lots of lead down here. There's some copper scattered around. We have titanium. And what was the other thing we needed? I don't even remember. Where's that? Oh, silicon. We have tons of that too. So if we wanted to, we could just take some of this. We're going to steal a little bit of silicon. And we're just going to bring it down here for now. All right, we have titanium rolling over there. We're going to make another spot right here for it. I think we'll be fine. And we'll get some water for it. We'll make sure it has all the power it needs. How's our power going? It's just fine. All right, so we're going to bring this over here and down. We need copper. So I'll do 1 and 2, mainly because they're not fully throated ones. They're a little weaker. So we'll do that. And I know I don't need to do this, but I'm going to do it anyway, just because I don't feel like routing the pipes. Sue me. Got our copper, and then down here we have a lead, more lead, and there's lead up here. Let's see which one's going to make the most sense for us. Probably one of these guys down here. There we go. And the nice thing is we can just put pumps right next to them. They don't need anything special. And we're going to run that stuff up. What we're going to do with this, I don't know quite yet of how it's going to look and feel and all that, but we at least can get the initial pieces set. And I'm trying to stay away from that oil as well because we're definitely going to need to do something with it. What that something is, I don't know quite yet. There we go. And we should have the lead flying up here. Cool. All right. So I think we're going to use a vault again. Is this, again, I don't know if this is a good way to do all this or not. It's just the way that my brain's working right now. So that all is going to flow into there. Cool with that. All right. Then we need unloaders. We're going to need a total of 4 of them to get this accomplished. So we're going to need 1 for copper, 1 for lead, 1 for titanium, and then 1 for silicon. All right. How are we going to do this? And how long does plastium take to make is another, or surge, how long does it take to make? Just over a second. Okay. So like I could just put that there and then go up, but I think I want to make more copies of this first. All right, I'm not going to put those there. Does that make sense? I don't know if that makes sense. All right, that might not make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. Okay, so we're just going to have to reroute some of these so they feed differently. So let's... So like instead of feeding that up, this guy's going to have to feed like that. That one's going to have to feed like that. There we go. Okay. And then this one will need to feed like that. We're going to get rid of those guys there. Again, I have no idea if this is a good or a bad idea. We're just trying stuff out and seeing what sticks. All right, so if I wanted to do surge, this whole side can output. So we'll go to unloaders. So we have 1, 2, 3, and 4. So that's going to be copper, lead, and that's already silicon. What else do we need? Titanium. There we go. Okay. Then we'll go to our factory. We'll get the surge one. We're just going to put it down here, I guess, for right now, just so it's semi-organized. Okay, and we don't have any titanium right now. There we go. Okay, we have our surge. And I'm just going to put that down there for right now. I don't know what to do with it quite yet. We're probably just going to throw it on one of these and have it go in like that. But we need more. So, got to figure out how to do more. I think this is going to have to shift over just a little bit and we'll be okay. But let's go with another surge smelter. So we have that. We'll have that unload. Okay. Maybe we don't need to have another one. Okay. Our problem right now, okay. So, lead. What is not getting fed over here? So silicon's not getting fed in. Okay, that's not a bad problem actually, because we can use this one to feed that in. And then we can put a unloader there. And that one can be silicon. Okay, so then we can unload here, in here, and there and there. I'm having to think through this a little harder than I want to. Alright, so that'll be silicon. This one will be copper. This one will be lead. This one will be titanium. 1, 2, 3, and 4. This has a lot of potential to get messed up. So let me put a junction on that. Yeah, see that's going to be the problem we have here. So can I put a junction there too? And junction there. Oh god. Oh god. But that works, right? We just don't have any silicon going in for the most part, but it will get filled up. It's doing its thing. Okay, let's get one more surge. And I can put it directly, so these are all shifted over one, even though we didn't need to do that. So I'll keep the same theme going here. And then we can put our unloaders 1, 2, 3, and 4. So that's titanium, copper, lead, silicon. Put a junction there just cause. There we go. All right, I'm pretty happy with how that looks right now, at least. I don't know how well it's working. This one's at least starting to fill up with silicon, I hope. I need that to stop doing that, but I don't know how to get that part to stop there. If I put a junction, is it going to do anything? Yeah, see, it doesn't do what I want it to do. I guess I could put an inverted, an inverted sorter, and it only takes silicon. All right, that should solve that problem. Okay, I'm happy with that. I think that works. We're almost done all of this, and I haven't paid attention to it at all. We also have the ability to make some phase, because phase requires oil, correct? No, thorium and sand. We can do that easy. Is it plastium that requires? Yeah, plastium requires oil and titanium. That's the only thing we lack in big concentrations in this map that I've seen so far is titanium. There's not a big field of titanium in any particular area. But we do have plenty of phase possibilities because there's tons of thorium on this map. And yeah, there's lots of options. But let's take a look here. We're just going to roll through to the next round because, I mean, they're up in their game a bit, but again, it's like nothing that's in the least bit threatening. I might put in another Spectre though, just for funsies. Next. It's so fun to watch. But look at this, all this production. These guys are all full. Like, we did that. That's awesome. This guy's full, this guy's full, this guy's full. That guy's almost full with the exception of sand. Which I guess I could put a router on here or just have... Yeah, see, this one's not even feeding anything. So let's just have that go up and dump into that directly. And then we should be able to fill that up too. Cool. I'm in love with this setup. I don't know if it's the greatest setup in the entire world. And we definitely need to find a better solution for this aspect of it. Let's see. I can throw a junction on there. Have that come over and get thrown out and then back in a little bit farther down the line. So we can at least get the coal rolling again here. But look at this. Like, we are cooking with gas. This line is feeding all this stuff. What are we waiting on here? Oh, we just have silicon. Oh, you stupid. No. Okay, so I need a junction on that. So it stops jamming that up. No, no, no. Give me a junction. There we go. Now we shouldn't have any problems with that outputting to both sides. Do unloaders, if they're outputting to multiple sides, slow down, or does it not affect the game at all? I don't know. All right, we're in another wave here. They're just getting wiped out very, very quickly, which I'm okay with. We still have that sector is under attack still, but it's going to survive the last 5 waves of it. And this is like a phase heaven right there. Look at it. It's thorium and oil all next to each other. And in theory, we could maybe get it on this belt. Although, if we take a look, there's not a lot of space here for the rest of this stuff going in. Like, we're filling that one up pretty nicely, which I'm very happy about. I should just highlight this whole thing and save it as a schematic and just call it max core. So now hopefully I'll be able to launch in. Look, there's another spot that wants phase. It's endless. And luckily we have a lot of space here that we could do stuff with if we wanted to really start doing that. So as we're coming to the end of this one, because we're almost out of time with the bad guys here. Not that one. That and that. All right, so I'm going to route this one up and over. This one's going to come down, around, and back up and over. And the only reason I'm doing it this way, and I'll probably have to double those up, but I want to make sure that I can get as much oil as possible out of there. So an impulse pump, we can get one there. Why won't that one work? There, okay. And then I need to figure out, phase is not a problem to make. It's relatively easy. Just again, 4 thorium. Oh, it doesn't, I'm thinking of plastium. Oh my goodness gracious. Okay. Okay, we'll come back to the phase. We're going to go with, we'll come back to the plastium, excuse me. We'll look at this one right now because we have it. All right, so let's go in, and I think I'm just gonna do a very similar setup to what we just had. So let me get rid of those because I want that to all be on 2 belts. Going into a vault, which will happen up here, I guess. Where do we want it? It'll be right there, I think. All right, so that one's going to go there. This one's going to follow a similar path. And then what I want to do is put in some air blast drills around here. So 1, 2. Add some water for our friends. I guess I could just do this for right now. So how do I have them going into this one? Just add it straight in. Why won't you let me put it straight in? Now let's see if I just move it down like that. There we go. Okay. And then we obviously have unloaders. 1 for thorium, 1 for sand. And actually, I'm going to move this up to there. Because I have a feeling we're going to need more of these. Nuclear production complex under attack. Awesome. It's going to survive, so we're okay. All right, and then factory-wise, we get our phase weaver. Oh, we can actually shorten all of this up. All right, this sector got captured. That was fast and easy. A fan. And if I throw that onto here, what does that do? All right, so I'm going to make a copy of this. I'll rotate it that way. I can make a copy of all of that. And do something along those lines. I don't know if that's going to be a long-term play or not. But I'm a very big fan of trying to maximize all of our stuff here. And you can see the more efficient one versus the less efficient one and how the spacing works out. It's kind of interesting. But man, oh man, we have this place on lock. I am in love and I'm very, very happy. But that's going to wrap us up here for today, folks. Thanks for joining me. We'll come back next time and maybe we'll do some more stuff with Plastium and all that. But for right now, I'm very, very happy. We just need to make sure we get more sand into our stuff. It looks like that's where we're running low. And this one will fill up eventually here, but let's very quickly just make sure that we don't have to worry about that at all. And then we're just going to add some water. 1, 2. That water's slowly getting there. And we're actually starting to run low on thorium in this one. Interesting. Okay. But hey, folks, that's going to wrap us up. I'm real happy with the general progress we have here. I really like this. We need to come back and build a factory or rocket ships to send out all the stuff for this depot. But I am in love with this map. Take a look at this big old map here of what we have. It just looks industrial and I love it. So thanks for joining me. I'll catch you in the next one and you have a good one. Bye-bye.